Hello everybody, good morning. It feels like it's been a while since I picked up my camera. I haven't actually spoken to you or sat down since just before my birthday, which we will get onto. I have some footage to share and so many of you over on Instagram have asked me to do a very brief rundown of how we made the Traitors work in an evening. Birthday was lovely. I am now 35 years old, which feels crazy. Also, do excuse my throat. It feels kind of scratchy, not gonna lie. Really hoping I'm not getting ill. Alfie has been really ill for like the last week and a half. I feel like he's now turning a corner, but I'm like, is this one of those things where it's like a bit of a domino? Like, Alfie's down, I'm down. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm really hoping it's not. But my throat is not great today, so I do apologise if it sounds a little hoarse. Another thing you may notice, or you may not, I don't know, maybe now that I've pointed it out, you have noticed it, but you didn't before, is that I have a new camera. If you have been watching my videos, specifically my vlogs, I feel like back in the day on the just Zoella channel, I had more expensive kind of standalone cameras with the old blurry background. I don't know, it got a bit more experimental over there, even though all I did was turn it on and sit and show you my makeup. Hey, I had fun. Vlogging has always been on the Canon G7X. Mark II specifically is my favourite camera to vlog on, and I've used it for years and years and years. Dipped into a Sony at one point and all of you hated it. I think I did like one video using a Sony and the audio wasn't as good, and I don't know whether I had the right settings, who knows. But you guys did not like it. I think so many of you have been watching these videos for so long that you're quite used to the way the camera is, the way it moves, how much is in shot, what I look like. I don't know. I think I've gone through probably about 12 Canon G7X Mark IIs in the last 10 years. Wouldn't say they are the most reliable cameras, hence why I've been through so many of them. They do break very easily. And more recently, it's been very hard to find one to buy. And we were all a bit like, where's the G7X Mark II? Where's it gone? Why can't we buy it? Turns out they were developing the camera that I'm currently using. Don't ask me what it's called. I don't remember. Got it out of the box, set it up. Alfie kind of ran through some of the settings for me. I like simple. I like point and shoot. I like show me where the record button is, show me how I turn it on and off. I'm not really into the whole depth of field, manual shooting. It's just, I'm not in that phase of life right now. I need to be able to whip the camera out, press record and go. So hopefully this looks okay. One major difference that I'm kind of struggling with, even though this is the first time I'm filming on it, is that the screen no longer flips up behind the camera, which for vlogging I prefer, because for my eyes to quickly dart up and check something's in focus and then dart back down, it really isn't that noticeable. Kind of like if someone's reading an auto cue, which is what I'm really, really used to. However, this one flips out, and that is one major downfall for me with this camera. I hate flip out side screens. So that is gonna take me a while to get used to. I don't know what it is. I feel like doing this is far more obvious than that. I don't know, you tell me. And it's so hard not to do it because I don't want to sit here and film a whole clip and it be out of focus and I haven't noticed because I'm looking at you guys, which to be honest is probably good because I do feel like it is making me don't know, definitely stare down the lens rather than at the side. It will take me a bit of getting used to, but I will let you know how we're getting on. You let me know if you like the quality of this video. I think I just have to get used to this camera. I think that it is what it is, you know? They're not gonna make any more of the G7X Mark IIs. If this is going to be the new one, I've kind of got to get on board, and so have you guys. So please don't tell me in the comments that you don't like it, because I don't feel like we have any other choice, sadly. Thought it'd be really nice to catch up at the start of today's video, do my makeup, chat you through some skincare I've been loving actually, which I forgot to bring upstairs with me, so I am going to quickly run down and get that. But I have been pretty much doing the same makeup every day on the days I've worn makeup, obviously. And I've just been really enjoying it. So I just thought I'd share it with you. Some of these bits I actually wore in Vlogust last year and have continued to keep using. I did a video where I kind of used some of my old makeup, and some of those things have stayed in here, which I kind of love. Skincare wise, again, I've been kind of doing the same thing over and over, and I do feel like my skin is looking really good at the minute. Like, I'm really happy with kind of the pigmentation, the colour, the like brightness. Obviously there's still room for improvement, but as far as my skin goes, this is good. I've been using my Lizelle Cleanse and Polish pretty much every day. Remove makeup, do a double cleanse with it, whatever I want to do with that. Then, I am loving this. I have had a bottle of this in my cupboard for a really long time, and it was just one of those things I wasn't really reaching for. And then I was like, I feel like I could do with a liquid exfoliant. This is 2% BHA, salicylic acid. It's the Paula's Choice Exfoliate. All skin types, unclogs and shrinks in large pores, smooths an even skin tone, lightweight liquid, absorbs quickly. What I will say is, when I first started using this, my skin went a little crazy, which I think can happen when you first start like a liquid exfoliant like this. Back in the day, I used to use the Liquid Gold, that cult classic, if you know, you know, and that did the same thing. And then I always got a bit scared and stopped using it. Whereas I think if you kind of just push through, it's really worth it. That's what I found for my skin anyway. Not everybody probably encounters that, but just in case you do, persist and keep going, because I do think this is a very big contributing factor to like loving what my skin is like right now. Then I will use one of two things, usually like alternate day by day. I will either use the Paula's Choice Boost 10% azelaic acid booster with licorice and salicylic acid. This again is good for kind of getting rid of the marks on your face. I've always had very blemishy, dark spot, blemish prone kind of skin. Like, it leaves red marks basically, and it kind of scars. Like, this spot has been gone for ages, this one's been gone for ages, but you still see the like the remnants of what was for quite a long time, and that is really good for that. This, which I've just realised, oh my gosh, is so nearly gone. Let's put the camera to the test. Are you going to focus on this? Give it a try. There you go. Ooh, nice. This is the Medicate Hydrate B5 Liquid Rehydration Serum. This is so lovely. I love this. It sinks in super quick, and I feel like this is a really big contributing factor to liking what my skin is like right now. I really, really love it. So much so, I actually need to get a new one. So, loving that. And then for moisturiser, again, this is pretty much gone. I have already repurchased one of these, but I'm doing that thing where I'm like squeezing as much out of it as I possibly can because it is a spenny one, guys. It's a spenny one. But I do really love the Allies of Skin brand. I've used multiple products from Allies of Skin, and every time it does what you want it to do. You know, sometimes when you use a skincare product and you're like, you can't really tell if it's done anything or not. I never feel like that with Allies of Skin. Anytime I use anything, I really, really notice a difference. And this is the Peptides and Antioxidants Firming Daily Treatment. Whatever's in it, whatever it's doing a great job, and I love it. So yeah, I've repurchased that. And that is my base this morning. And now to move on to makeup. I feel like maybe I should zoom in a bit. I have been really loving leaving my hair to air dry naturally, but didn't want to do that today because it's a pretty grey, miserable day. It's not very springy. Spring is not springing today. And the thought of just leaving my hair like wet to dry, I just didn't love the idea of that. But I'm really loving just leaving my hair to like naturally air dry. Maybe in the next vlog I'll do it, because I really love all your kind of like wavy hair tips. I've always had quite curly hair. When I was little, I had like proper tight corkscrew ringlets. And Ottie actually has quite curly hair. Novi has kind of like more wavy hair, but Ottie definitely has the like corkscrew ringlets that I used to have. Not as much. I would say her hair's much more straight at the top, and then just like if it gets wet, like under here, it gets really, really curly. And since having the girls, my postpartum regrowth hair is so much curlier than it was before, which I've kind of struggled to style. I struggle to style my hair postpartum anyway, when the hair starts growing back, that is. Like, I have now like a halo of hair all under here. You probably won't be able to see. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. This hair here is all like new regrowth. I didn't really realise how much hair I lost after having Novi until it all started growing back. And now it's like, it's coming back, but it's thicker, it's more grey, and it is really curly. So styling it and doing anything with it takes me so long. But yeah, I need like product recommendations. What do you do? How do you dry it? You tell me. Let me know in the comments and I will give it a go. Just giving you a little bit of an in-depth hair, skincare, makeup update so far in this video. So hope you're not too bored. Base-wise, I'm really enjoying this. This is the Herborian BB Cream shade Claire Makeup Care Face Cream Baby Skin Effect, it says. I really love it. There we go. I don't usually do my makeup up here, but this was the quietest, calmest place in the house right now for me to sit and chat to you. There we go. I use a little bit of the Collection Lasting Perfection Ultra Cover Concealer. This is in the shade Fair Cool. I'm going a little lighter under my eyes at the minute. I'm just putting a little light of it. To be honest, when I do this most mornings, I do it so fast. I do not take the care or consideration that I once did. It's very much a slap it on, buff it in, and hope for the best scenario at the minute. I feel like all I've done so far in this video is talk at you. So I would quite like to know how you are. Has anyone asked you that yet today? If not, let me know. Drop a comment down below. How are you? How are you feeling now spring is basically here? Then I use my Guerlain Terracotta bronzing powder. You can actually still get this. Poppy asked me recently, what are you using for bronzer? I said, I'm using this. I've had it a really long time. Maybe you can still get it. I don't know. You can. You can still get it. She ordered some. The colour I'm using is 03 for anyone interested. And I just dust that all over. It is a really lovely shade of bronzer. I feel like it looks like you've been like sun-kissed. Next, for blusher, I'm using this little bad boy, the little Bourjois Paris Rose de Jasper Rose in 95. I think mostly because I threw it in my makeup bag and I've just picked it up every day for convenience. I haven't like switched anything out. It's a nice blusher. It's not very pigmented. You do have to put quite a lot on to get a bit more of an impact, but it is very pretty. It's quite a nice like subtle, pink. And then the good old classic MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. And I whack that on. Also, side note, I have had this MAC 169, I can't tell, but it's like rubbed off. 163, 168, 168, I don't know. I've had this probably 13 years. It's lasting so incredibly well, and if that is not a true test of a makeup brush, then I don't know what is. Milk Kush Brow Lamination. Just whack that in the old brows. My brows are still very gappy, But I'm okay with it. I don't think I want to do any tattooing or whatever it's called. I don't know what they call it when you fill in the gaps. Micro something. I think I'm just a bit scared that it won't look the colour that I want it to. So I haven't thought about doing that. I just fill it in with the Dip Brow Pomade, and that kind of serves its purpose. But underneath this, they are very gappy brows. Still got my braces. It has been a little longer than we anticipated, but this tooth, this one here, it's a stubborn little bugger. And bless my dentist, he's just like, what is going on with this tooth? But it's still doing its thing. It's still doing its thing. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done with braces now. I just want to be able to like smile and talk normally without like catching my lips, and I don't know. So I'm excited for those to, you know, come off at some point. Okay, now I am just using a MAC eyeshadow, and this is in a palette called Connecting Colour, and the shade I'm using is Heartstrings. No, it's not, it's Naked Eye. And I literally just blend that. It's like a nice kind of matte, warm brown, but it is very different to do your makeup on a 35-year-old face versus a 25-year-old face. Although I have to say, I feel like I prefer putting makeup on a 35-year-old face. I feel like my skin at 25 was not good. So this feels easier in some ways. Mascara, I'm loving. This is the Ilia mascara in Limitless Lash, and it's just lovely. And you guys know how loyal I am to my Hourglass Unlocked. Still got it. But I find myself reaching for this as well, and I'm really, really enjoying it. There you go, there's one eye with and one eye without. I had so many grand plans for today, and the weather has really thrown me off, not gonna lie, although I don't know, it feels like it might be brightening up slightly. After this, I really want to make Easter nests, but these are no ordinary Easter nests. I actually saw Martha Collison do these. She used that pastry that everyone is using in like the Dubai chocolate bar. They're like, it has a name, Kadif pastry. I've already made some with this pastry. I've already trialed it a few times. It works so well. I literally ordered it on Amazon. But she used this, and then she used like pistachio cream. So she made the nest, filled it with pistachio cream, then put the eggs on top. And I feel like my family would love that. I also have the M&S hazelnut cream, which I'm going to put in some of them as well. So we're kind of leveling up the Easter nests. My family are probably sick of eating Easter nests at this point, because this will be the third time I've made some kind of Easter nest. But do you know what? It's Easter this weekend, and then after this, even though it is still socially acceptable to make those nests whenever you want, I feel like obviously it's just more exciting to do it around this time of year. And I really appreciate how easy they are to make. So we're going to be doing that. And then I wanted to start setting up my sweet pea teepee, but I might have to do that tomorrow because it is legit wet and rainy outside. So, by the way, this lip is the Lancome. Oh my gosh, the writing is so tiny. I actually don't think I could tell you anything more than that. The Lancome lip product in shade 21. But what are you? It's basically this gorgeous, like, balmy lipstick. I actually saw Tanya wore this to an awards night, and I immediately was like, you need to give me the details of your lips because they look sensational. And she did, and I immediately ordered. So this one is thanks to you, Tan, and I love it. It's like the perfect nude. That is essentially what I do every time I put makeup on, which is not every day, I have to let you know. It's not. Little close up. Okay, let's zoom out. No, that's not out, that's in. I think this camera is also technically slightly wider. It's definitely bigger, so this is going to be good for the old arm muscles, but I think it's slightly wider. Anyway, I'm going to try and tidy this, and then shall we head downstairs and start making the Easter nests? I don't know which child might want to help me. Potentially both. Potentially one for 5 minutes, one for 3 minutes. Potentially they're just going to want to eat it as I'm trying to make it, which is the more likely scenario, to be honest, especially Novi. Oh my God. How do I turn this off? Okay, this lighting is way better. It's less dark, so you can actually see my makeup a little better here. If you wanted to. You might not have cared. I feel like you're all joining me for the test of this camera today. It's very smooth, I have to say. Very smooth. I've decided to use a mix of chocolate because I feel like I made these nests with dark mixed with milk chocolate, and I think those were actually my favourite. And then I did make them again with just milk chocolate, and I just don't think they were as, like, I don't know, tasty. So we're going to mix some dairy milk with some dark chocolate. Now this dark chocolate is 50%, so that's not too dark. Yeah. And this one is my favourite dark chocolate. I never used to be into dark chocolate, but I really am enjoying it at the minute. The M&S Swiss Extra Fine Dark. You have to try this. It's incredible. If you can try these, they do like these little truffle balls. Try those because they are so good. Oh, look. No.
Hey, we got the same.
We have. Right, let's break it up and put it in the bowl.
I don't do this.
You can. Give it a try. That's it. And then you do this, and then you... Let's see if Novi likes dark chocolate. She probably does. I think she's got more of a sweet tooth than you. Novi, you can't eat all the chocolate. We need it for the nests.
Let's get it all out.
Good idea.
Let's just have it there. Dairy milk is my favourite.
Is it? Yeah, you're not as keen on dark chocolate, are you?
No, not as keen on that.
No. Right, on it goes.
On it goes.
You try it, Novi. And you tell which child needs a nap right now. Yeah, I think you might need a nap. No. So this is the pastry that I have, or like the dried and shredded phyllo dough. I bought these on Amazon. You get quite a lot in a pack. I bought quite a lot of packs. I did not need quite a lot of packs. Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Can you say moo?
Moo.
Can you say bunny?
Hop, hop, hop.
Hop, hop, hop. Can you say hello?
Hello.
Can you say up? Can you say dot dot? Can you say Jojo? Can you say pop pop? Can you say banana? Nana. Can you say Nala?
Wait. Oh, wait.
Who's this? They. Can you say nanite?
Can you say moon? Moon.
Can you say moon?
Moon.
Mo. Can you say ball?
Moon.
Bubble? Bubble.
Can you say lamb? Lamb.
She tried.
Yeah.
Can you say Novi?
No.
try then. That's the best you've ever tried.
Yeah.
Can you say mama?
Mama.
Dada.
Mama.
Say dada.
Nana.
Can you say...
She said Nana.
Can you say nana?
Nana. Banana.
Can you
Oh, look. Guys,
look. Is it melting?
Yeah. Hello.
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 Chocolate melted.
The chocolate has melted.
The chocolate has melted.
Right, I'm going to move the bowl, but don't touch it because it's really hot, okay?
Just move it there.
Yes, I'll put it here.
Don't touch it. Get this, yeah.
In here.
In here. Don't. And
So
if
mix
it's
it
not
up.
the much, you can put more.
Yes, we can always put more in, that's right. That looks so delicious, doesn't it?
Yeah, can I lick the spoon after?
Yes, you can lick the spoon off.
Lick the spoon.
Whilst I put Novi down, Ottie has put the paper cases in here. Obviously these don't need to go in the oven, but it's just good for them to hold shape. And then this is looking delicious.
Mummy, can you open my packet?
Yes, I can open the packet and then we will keep the mini eggs. I think what we might do is put them in, make the nest shape, wait for it to cool down a bit, and then we can put the cream in. So we've got this, which is the pistachio cream, and this, which is the hazelnut cream, which is so delicious. So I am excited to do that. Then we'll put the eggs on top of the cream.
Okay.
Yeah? I think these are going to be really tasty. What do you think? I think these might be the tastiest ones.
This is for Poppy, this one.
Okay.
And that one's for Shawnee.
Okay.
Shawnee loves these,
He does.
So I'm going to put a little bit more in Poppy's. So can I lick the spoon?
You can. Here we go. I'm going to try it too. That's really good, isn't it?
I got a chocolate face.
You have. Have I?
No.
Have I got chocolate in my braces? Yeah. Right, let's let that cool down a little bit. And then we can put the cream in it. Okay? Let me get a new spoon. Did you already touch that?
No.
Are you sure? There's a little finger mark in there. Which is your favourite?
Both of them.
What do you want for lunch? You want a sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah? What would you like? Or a wrap?
Alright.
You want a wrap? What do you want in your wrap?
I want everything what I like in wraps.
Okay. Our little nests are all cold and hard now.
Cold and really hard.
Yes. So we can put the cream in them now. If I do the cream, then you pop the eggs on, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, what?
I thought this one, didn't I?
Yeah. Now what do we need to do?
Put the eggs on.
Yeah.
Can you help me?
One.
So if there's a white one.
You do them like that, Ottie. Do you see? Little threes. That's it. And then the last three on there.
One.
Little.
Two. And three.
Lovely. Well done, what?
They look just so yummy.
They do.
Remember which one in mine? This one.
Okay. I've not come out of making chocolate nests fully unscathed. I am now covered in chocolate, which, to be honest, was inevitable. The sun is actually coming out, which is so lovely. My voice is slowly going as the day goes on, though. I am slowly losing my voice. Before jumping into chatting to you about the Traitors and my birthday and how that all went down, I wanted to come up here and talk to you about today's paid partner of the video, which is BetterHelp. And one topic in particular around mental health, which I found so interesting actually, off the back of my last video where I talked about BetterHelp, I spoke a little bit about how winter generally affects my mood and I feel quite low and kind of anxious and like just not being able to get outside and do the things I really want to do. And your responses were so interesting. Like, obviously a lot of people agreeing and saying that, you know, seasonal affective disorder is a thing, but it also isn't just the winter months. Quite a lot of people's mental health is affected by any seasonal transition, which makes so much sense. I think especially if your mental health isn't great and the summer months start rolling past and the sun starts coming out and you get that feeling of like everyone's out doing fun things and I don't want to be doing that, or I don't feel like doing that. I just found that so interesting, and I'm sure some of you watching this can relate to that, in that feeling of like, I guess it's kind of the FOMO feeling of like, you don't particularly feel like you want to be going out and doing all the things that everyone else is going out and doing. And I guess I just wanted to bring that up just in case some of you are watching this and you're like, that's me. Just as a little like reassurance that everybody has something that they're dealing with, whether that's in the winter months, the spring months, the summer months. The seasonal transition anxiety is a thing. And I definitely feel that post-Christmas. So BetterHelp is a really great option if you want to speak to somebody and get some unbiased advice. You feel like you need to chat through some kind of things you're dealing with, or you want to try therapy, you've never tried it before, or even if you have tried it but you're struggling to connect with a therapist and you're not quite finding the right match, simply go on over to their website, you fill in a really quick questionnaire and they will match you with a therapist as soon as possible. As I always say, I'm the biggest advocate for therapy. I absolutely love having therapy personally and have done for many, many, many years. But I do know that it can be really difficult to make that initial outreach, to kind of take the step to finding somebody to talk to. So you can do a phone call, you can do a video call, or you can message them if you feel that's the most comfortable way of you speaking to somebody. And if at any point you want to switch up your therapist, you can do that. They have a customer support team who are available for any questions, or if you need any answers to anything as well. I will leave my link down below if you want to go on over and check it out and fill out the questionnaire and see if it's something that would be helpful for you. My link is betterhelp.com/Zoe Sugg. And if you use my link, it will give you 10% off your first month of therapy. I'm now gonna jump in to my birthday. But before I do, this is what is next to the camera. You know how earlier I was like, I had like ringlets, like I had really curly hair. Look at this picture of me. That is my hair when I was little. It was like proper ringlety. I actually don't know who in my family I get really curly hair from. I want to say it might be my mum's side of the family. I feel like my mum will know, but I don't believe my mum had hair like this when she was little. Not this curly. I would say me and my mum have very similar hair now though. Very, very similar, but I don't ever remember seeing any pictures of my mum at this age with like corkscrew ringlets. So I don't know, isn't genetics so cool? Like the fact that someone in my family had really curly hair, which meant I had really curly hair, which means Ottie has really curly hair. I love stuff like that. It's so fascinating. Anyway, my birthday. It was so much fun. I love how in my previous vlog I was like, yeah, Alfie, you can film some stuff for me. I don't think we really filmed anything in the morning anyway, but we just had like a little breakfast and opened some presents. And then what did we do in the afternoon? I think we were just kind of prepping for the evening, if I'm honest. And we had a little, we did have a little moment of chill where we watched Last One Laughing. Oh my gosh, guys, if you have not, side note, if you have not watched that on Amazon, you have to watch it. It is so good. A room of comedians for 6 hours. None of them are allowed to even smirk or like laugh. It's so good. I'm already just desperate for them to like hurry up and make a second series. It's impossible not to have a good time watching that show. I loved it so much. Anyway, we watched a bit of that. And then everybody came over in the evening. I do kind of want to answer a few of the main questions I got asked. I did post a reel on my Instagram, which you might have seen. Some of the main questions I will answer, but I do feel like I don't want to talk about this for too long because I know that not all of you are interested in doing a Traitors party, so this is very niche. But let me see what some of the most asked questions were. Mostly just everyone saying, please tell us in depth how you did it. Timings wise, we started at about 7:40, we ended at about 11:15. I do think it would have been nicer to have had a little bit longer. We were very like trying to keep it quite quick. So basically the overall format was everybody arrived, they went and had a little kind of like 2-minute conversation with Joe, who was dressed as Claudia. And that was for Joe to kind of whittle down who he wanted to make a traitor. I think he had a rough idea, but I think the interviews were useful because he could find out from them kind of if they wanted to or not. So he did that, handed them a cape, handed them a blindfold, and was like, enjoy the evening. Then everyone had a little mingle in their capes. I set up chalkboards and chalks and like erasers around the table. I printed out photos of everybody and put it on the wall with their names. I actually wasn't going to do this, but I'm so pleased I did, because having that visual, and it also kind of was a part of the game in the end as well, was so good. Joe then rang a little bell to signal like everybody come sit down. I do feel like playing this would be the best with like 10 to 20 people. Maybe 8 actually. It would just be a much shorter game. I do feel like the more people you have, the more your host or whoever is playing Claudia needs to be like, everyone shut up and sit down and listen to me. That when there's a lot of people and everyone's like chatting and like catching up, it is hard to like be like, everyone pay attention. So the bell was actually a very good part of the game. So whether you've got like, I don't know, something you can ring or something you can play. We did have the Traitors soundtrack playing in the background of most of the evening, which was really cool. I lit lots of candles, kept the lighting kind of low. The first thing we did was all sit around, and this was the like picking of the traitors. So we all put our blindfolds on, and Joe played music, and I think one of the things that most people found really difficult was like being secretive about murders and picking the traitors. And the one way around this that we decided was that when everyone was sat in their chair, we would play loud music, we would have blindfolds on, and everyone had to like move or like dance to the music, so that somebody taking off a blindfold or being tapped on the shoulder or like somebody moving wouldn't necessarily throw off the people next to them. Some people in their games had like a secret notebook in a room that the traitors could write into each other. Some people mentioned having like WhatsApp groups, and I think those things work really well if you have like a whole weekend. But because we only had about 4 hours, I think those things would have been real like big giveaways as to who the traitors were. So we avoided anything like that. I do think as the game went on, the traitors would like migrate together and have a tiny little chat and then move away in the end. But yeah, that's the way we did it. I'll get onto in a second. Joe then went round and picked the traitors, and that was the first thing that happened. We then played a game, so we went straight into a game. One of the things I was very cautious of was that I didn't want to go straight into a banishment and have somebody play the game for all of like 5 minutes. I kind of wanted at least everybody to have played one game together. The first game we played was finding coins that Joe had hidden around the house, as well as 2 shields. People didn't have to say whether or not they found a shield. It was kind of up to them, kind of like in the TV show. But the general consensus was we were all working together as a team to find as many coins as we could to like build up the prize pot. Both shields got found. It was then time to all sit back round. Joe told us like how much we'd found and that it was time for the first banishment. So then we, like very much like the show, had a 5-minute discussion, 5 to 10 minute discussion, and then allowed people to say what they wanted, allow that person to kind of respond and stick up for themselves. And then Joe was like, right, it's time to vote. Can everyone write on their boards? And then we went round, showed everybody the boards. Once that person was banished, in this case it was Alfie, which we all knew was going to happen first. Whether he was a traitor or a faithful, I think he just would have been everyone's top suspect. We then allowed them to stand up and say whether they were a faithful or a traitor and then leave. And then straight after a banishment, we did a murder. So while we're all still sat at the table, and at this point you have to remember the traitors don't know who each other are. So what we did for a murder was we all put our blindfolds on, the music was turned right up, everyone had to dance, And the traitors took off their blindfolds and kind of mouthed and pointed to who they thought. And they had about 5 minutes to do this while the rest of us were like, doo, 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 doo. So obviously this was the first chance the traitors got to see each other. They were like, oh my God, it's you, it's you, it's you. And then they pointed, and then that person, to show that that person had been murdered. Obviously Joe is watching them make this decision as well, which I think is kind of helpful because then immediately Joe knows who's been murdered. Everybody then puts their blindfolds back on. And Joe crosses through on the photo who had been murdered. So we all take our blindfolds off and look. And this was actually really fun because I was always torn whether to look at everyone's reactions and see who looked like they were lying, like acting, or to check I hadn't been murdered. So every time I'd be like, have I got a cross through me? No, I haven't. Okay. But then I'm like, damn, I've not looked at, you know, the traitors had to take off their blindfold and be like, oh no, like they had to kind of act, which is quite good because a lot of the time that gave us something to go off of, is like people's reactions to stuff. Then we did some mingling. And when we did this, it was about 10-20 minutes. We did have one much longer mingling session, which was when we also did dinner. So we did like mingling, then we do another banishment, another murder, mingling, another banishment, another murder, a game, another banishment, another murder, mingling, banishment, murder, game, banishment, murder. And the games can be whatever you want them to be. I think if this was someone's hen do, I think it would be really fun to incorporate that. Or if it was like a baby shower or something, I don't know. You can incorporate those kind of themes into the games. And I think if you were doing it over a weekend, you've got a lot more time to like put into the games too. Whereas obviously we had to keep these games kind of short. And kind of quick because we wanted to do it all in one evening. So the second game we did was, what was the second game? Pick the shields in the box. It was as simple as that. I think they do that in the Australian Traitors or maybe the New Zealand Traitors, where it's just loads of boxes. You simply go in, you open one. Does it have a shield in it or not? No, yes, whatever. And Joe called us all in one by one to open a box. And again, we had no idea who had won that shield, but actually it turned out in that round, Maddie had won a shield. And then the next murder, the traitors tried to murder Maddie and she had the shield, but she hadn't said, which actually was a great like twist. So they tried to murder her and she didn't get murdered. And then it was like, no one's been murdered. Oh my God, they tried to murder Maddie. The shields worked really well. One thing I will say is we started off with 2 shields just because we felt like we had to make the game like a bit quicker. And then we very quickly went down to 1 shield, and that was only in 2 of the games. In the last game, it was just a like prize pot builder. So we just had little eggs and inside them had amounts of money. Some of them had 0, some of them had like 150 or whatever it was that we were trying to like win. And we all just had to take an egg. And actually that worked incredibly well. There was 5 of us and 8 eggs, and all 5 of us picked the money eggs and left 3 of the 3 of the eggs with no money in, which was wild. One of the things that we did decide to do was that if anyone who was out of the game, they could obviously go off, mingle, eat, but they could still watch. We made sure that through every murder, the people not in the game had to also put their blindfolds back on so that they didn't know who the traitors were either. And that kind of kept it really fun for them, because even though like Alfie and Diane were out in the first round, they still joined in, like watching us kind of choose who we wanted to banish and then see who was murdered at the same time as the people left around the table, which I thought worked really, really well. And it also totally eliminated anyone accidentally like saying something in the mingling sessions. Like if they'd seen who the traitors were, I just feel like it's too easy for them to accidentally say something or slip up and ruin the game, basically. So that worked really well. I'm just trying to think if there was anything else. In our game, we took so long to get any traitors out that we actually had quite a lot of traitors near the end. But I do feel like if we had got a few more traitors near the beginning, there would have been a chance to recruit, which would have been quite fun. The recruitment process we would have done is during a murder. So when the traitors take off their blindfold, they point to who they want to recruit, and Joe would have just tapped that person on the shoulder, and then you would have known like, oh my God, I've been recruited. But we didn't get a chance to do that. So I do think when we do it again in summer, it would be so fun to to play it again and like do a recruitment. I think that would be great. If you're playing it through the day, definitely allow more time for the mingling, because I think it gives the traitors a little bit more time to chat to each other, and I think it gives everybody else a bit more of a chance to suss people out, especially in those early rounds where there's a lot of people still and you want to kind of try and talk to everybody. But yeah, it worked really well, and if you do have any more questions, then leave them down below and I'll try and get back to you and answer them. One of the things I do think worked really well was Joe having like a bit of a loose script. So we'd typed up a script basically, so he knew the flow of the evening, he knew the timings, how long for each thing, and he knew like different scenarios, or if something came up then he would do that, or I think that was really, really handy to have. So I do think if you can, make notes from this video if you're planning to do it, and like just type yourself up a little bit of a script, and also just to really get into character. Lots of people asking me if I would ever go on the celebrity version of the Traitors. No, I can't even tell you how stressed I felt the whole evening when it was just pretend and with my friends and family. It was so stressful, and the whole time we all just kept saying to each other, I get it. Like, I get why they all get so emotional and it's all so heightened. I don't think, like, my aura ring was like freaking out. It was like, what are you doing? I was so anxious and tense. I didn't eat anything the whole evening, and then when everyone had left, I was so wired I didn't fall asleep until 1:30 in the morning because I was like, oh my god, I'm so wired. There's so much that you think about that you don't think you're going to think about. Like, you're second guessing everyone, and when it's your friends and family, you're like, I know these people, this is going to be so easy. Like, I can tell when they're lying, but then you don't want to insult anyone, and you don't want someone to think like you're pointing the finger when there's no need to be. I don't know, it's a lot. And also you're trying to like think about other people's like gameplay or tactics or their strategy, and it's like, it's with the music playing and Joe pacing around that table, like, it was kind of stressful, but in a good way, in a fun way. But it did make me think there is no way I could ever do this on the real show. Not that they would ever ask me to do it anyway, but I would never be able to do it as a faithful or a traitor. Obviously I didn't play the game as a traitor, I actually played as a faithful. In the end, it was one traitor was in the final. There was 5 of us in the final. One was a traitor. We got her out, we got Ella out. And then it was that thing where everyone started getting really suspicious of each other. And even though in my head I'm like, everyone here is a faithful, people were still banished. They would like go again, banish again, banish again. And I was like, oh my god, I feel so bad. But in the end, it was me and Maddie, and we won together as faithfuls, which was very fun. If you haven't seen my Instagram reel, then I'll leave a link down below. You can go on over and watch that. It's kind of summed up much more quickly, but I will insert some clips here of what I did get of the evening, so I hope you enjoy. I'm excited. We're ready.
It almost feels like we've rented like a house to play in. We've like prepped the entire house for it. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be so good. Joe's gonna do interviews. Who's arrived? People are arriving. Claude, are you ready to snap on?
We have two new guests arrived.
Oh, are you ready?
They look pretty traitorish to me.
How good does Joe look?
I'm not. Who's Joe?
Oh, sorry, Claudia. How you feeling?
Yeah. Like I said earlier, a bit apprehensive. Gonna be sniffing everyone out. Can't trust anyone, I don't know. But I've played this before, so I think I know what I'm going to get myself into.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get him out. Yeah, that was strong.
I want a glass of champagne.
Oh wow, blimey!
Like fish glow in the night. A jellyfish.
Probably one of the most important tables you'll ever sit at. I want you all to look around at each other. Look each other in the eyes.
Remember.
This is the last time you will look at each other as equals. You got 49 out of 50.
Yeah!
The person who got the most coins, Artie!
Yay!
2 out of 2 shields were found.
Who's got a shield?
Are you joking? I couldn't even find a coin, let alone a shield.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. I think he might be. Oh my god. Nah.
5 votes. Alfie, you have been banished. No! Would you like to reveal to everybody, were you a faithful
All
or
I'm
a
going to say
traitor?
is that there's one snake at the table. So I'm faithful.
Right, Alfie's out.
Sorry.
Banished.
First
for the game to go.
And then murdered.
Oh shit, I've got the X!
Diane, yeah,
Oh, I
look,
haven't
Joe
seen that
bit
yet.
you as well, actually.
That makes me very happy. Diane threw me so hard under the bus. So hard.
How do you feel about our child still being awake at 20 to 9?
And she just said to me, I can't go to bed yet. I haven't had any birthday cake. We haven't done the cake yet. I was like, no, we're not doing cake.
I said, are you a traitor? And you said no. I did it again, twice.
I stared into your soul.
You did, yeah.
Crazy energy.
Okay.
Oh, I am. The
shield.
Zoe? We do vote for. You're just very protective of your kids, so I'm just like, I'm just following suit. Are you a traitor or are you a faithful?
Enjoyed playing for the little bit of time that I've played. I'm a faithful.
Oh my god!
She never forgets anything, Tracy.
Share.
I could be wrong.
Securing this pretty good.
Oh my god.
I knew you would.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just wait, is it a tie?
And finally,
No, I've only got 4.
Poppy, you're.
finally,
Pops, you're done.
Oh my god. Faithful.
there has been a murder. Amazing. Okay. Faithfuls, traitors, please remove your blindfolds.
I'm still there. Who is it? Where? Who is it?
It's you! Most votes is Mark Harris.
Oh my god. I really hope he's not. If he's not, then it's you.
It is. Zoe. I'm not a Mark,
Oh my god.
can you please reveal, are you a faithful or a traitor?
Guys, love you all. It's very hard for me to do this, but I am a traitor.
I hate this so much! Just to let you know, I'm so sweaty. Faithfuls, you are on a roll. Sean, you've been murdered. 150
Your name was whispered a few times in the kitchen earlier, so I just wanted to ask you what you think about that.
Well, I have a couple of theories. One is that I feel like it must be one of us three.
Yeah, we can't all
like from
be
different
good.
groups.
Yeah.
And then another is that there was only one left then, and they recruited you. You think there were 2 left? I don't
You
know
see
why I
there's
just
still
feel like
2
there
in
must
the
be
game.
a
Yes,
recruitment.
I think there's still 2 traitors.
I don't think it's just because Graham kept voting for you.
Yeah,
that was
that's their banter.
Please write the name of the person who you believe is a traitor on your chalkboard.
And just one more. Oh, sorry. I just wrote the one. I've gone for Amanda.
Oh my god, this is savage.
Whoa! So that's 3 for Danielle, 1 for Amanda,
Yeah, I hope you are.
and 1 for Mark. And to close out this voting, he's revealed Maddie.
Good luck in the final.
Danielle.
No, she doesn't say.
Faithfuls, have you just got rid of a great ally?
Yeah.
Or
Traitor, yeah.
we'll find out in the final. Open ad break. You made it, you are our finalists. You either write endgame, or if you think there's still a traitor in your midst, I want you to write
Banish again.
banish. That's the one.
Oh!
Zoe? Mark, banish.
Savage.
Maddie?
Only a traitor would have said.
Right, we want to end the game or banish. Endgame from Mark.
What a traitor move.
Zoe? Zoe has chose to banish again, which means you will have to vote somebody else out. Banish.
Yeah.
We said 3 against
I thought, I was just going, I think
I swear to God, I'm a faithful. Don't waste your vote. I absolutely am. There's no way I'm a traitor. I'm a faithful, and I think Mark's been a traitor from. Well, he has been a traitor from the start. I've been saying it on and off throughout the whole game. It's Mark.
Traitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark?
Yeah. Sorry, still.
Amanda? Zoe? Or end the game. Mark, last time you said end game. I'm sticking with it. We've got an end game from Mark.
Oh, endgame.
Zoe?
No.
We've got an end game from Zoe.
Oh, wait.
Oh my gosh!
Sorry.
Maddie is signed and sealed.
Who do you believe to be the traitor?
She is, yeah.
It was just that last hoo-ha, I wasn't sure.
Mark, we'll go to you next.
Oh, Maddie. I'm really sorry, I had like early game suspicions.
So Zoe, you have the deciding vote. Your
Can I
vote.
just say, I actually think you're both faithful.
Yeah, I know.
I do.
too.
So this was horrible.
All the way from 15 down to the final 2.
Had the best time. It's been so fun. Slightly stressful. I've had great fun playing faithful.
Zoe is a faithful.
Oh my gosh.
But is Maddie a faithful?
It's been a great game. I actually had 2 shields during the game.
Shut up!
No! But from the very beginning, I was a faithful.
Happy birthday, dear Zoe. Happy birthday to you. I thought I could hear you out here. Oh my goodness! Going into the veg patch, which I feel like we haven't shown. Well, I don't think I've shown on my.
Your voice sounds so different.
No, my throat really hurts.
It's-
The more I'm talking, the more it's hurting. I feel like I haven't done a little tour of this in a while.
I feel like every time we post, it's changed so much. So it might be worth you showing around like a little spin around it. I've got your carrots in my pocket somewhere as well.
My carrot seeds.
There's your carrots.
Here we go. So, potatoes have been planted. Oh my gosh, look!
Yeah, they're growing through again.
Whoa.
And over here as well. And here.
Mum said to just keep mounding them
Yeah,
up.
we need to keep piling it all up.
So, we'll do that in a minute. But yeah, the potatoes are growing. There's nothing in this yet, but we will be putting sweet corn in here.
We've also got this as well.
Yeah.
Another new addition. We've basically added lots of like little bits around the place as well.
All my dahlias down here. Hopefully coming out soon. Now this is my carrots. I say my, this is our carrots.
Well, you planted the
I
carrots.
did, that's why I'm taking ownership. But half of them died immediately. I think somebody was playing with magic potions and like bath bomb and just tipped. Not going to name names, but I think that might be what happened. So we have a patch where the carrots just aren't doing good. So Mum actually bought me some seeds and she just said just stick them in and see what happens. So I'm going to stick a load of seeds in here in a minute. We've got sugar snap peas in here. These are growing really well. We did our little signs. Did you get these on Amazon?
Yeah, just on Amazon.
They're so cute. Little hanging signs. Obviously, because we have the girls, everything takes 10 times as long. So we still have things we haven't planted yet.
And we still water them. We still like
We still water
protect them and
in the spot.
everything. We just haven't had the actual time to plant them up.
So a lot of this is winter veg. So we've got cauliflower, broccoli, leeks, sprouts, lettuce in here. And then
Lettuce is growing some of the best, you know.
yeah, the lettuce is looking really good. And then we've got some strawberries in some pots over there. Got some mint, rosemary and chives. This is beetroot. Alfie bought too much beetroot, basically.
A lot of beetroot.
Bought a lot of beetroot.
Any family watching needs beetroot. We got spare beetroot.
Onions.
We also don't eat that much beetroot. I don't know why I got so excited.
So I don't really know. I think you decided you really liked it.
I think it's good for you and I really like it. And I've thought, yeah, let's get going on it.
There we go. Got this one. Mud kitchen is now in here, which is quite good because the girls play while we water or plant.
Oh, she wants something else?
Oh, and then my flowers, I'll show you in a second, but should we stick carrots in?
Yeah.
Did you have them or me?
I just gave them to you.
Yeah, what did I do with them?
Also got a new hose
Yes.
that's really handy. But we basically got installed a pipe. Ignore all the mess on the other side. That is on my list to do this week. Sort all of that out. We basically got plumbed in here a hose that loops along and it is the perfect length to be able to water everything. This is our
Work or not?
first attempt at starting from seed with veggies.
We'll see what happens.
I feel like give it a couple of years and hopefully we'll be doing more with seeds. Although we'd need a greenhouse.
Well, I did all my flowers from seed, didn't I?
Yeah. Nice. I was like, what is that little stick you're using?
One of the girls.
Spatulas from the kitchen.
Spatulas.
Where are you off to? Bye then.
These are the flower patches, and these are the flowers I grew from seed. So they've gone in. So fingers crossed they grow.
They're looking good already.
Yeah, we've got cornflowers, Nigella blue, and
A lot of space for more. Like
yeah,
all of this bit here is
loads
empty.
more to go, basically. And then we planted a couple of new bits in here. But then hopefully the dahlias can go in there as well.
She's calling Nala.
Nala? What do you want Nala for?
Mummy's still in the garden. Did she say that you could have one? Shall we eat one? Shall we eat one? See if Mummy notices. Which one? This one. Wait, let me bite it first. Don't want you to choke it. Wait, let me pop it in. What do we think? Well, I feel like Zoe's going to walk back in as I'm eating it. I'm going to stitch you up. I'm hiding.
What are you doing? Where's Daddy? Alf?
There's a Joe face.
Did you say don't touch it?
No, I said she can. Is it good? And then I was like, Mummy's coming, I'm going to stitch you up, I'm going to hide.
It's a little bit later and Mum has popped round with her sewing machine because I had a vision. I saw this fabric and I thought, what can I do with it? It's so cute. It was from Rifle Paper Company, I think. I've never ordered from there before, but it just looked so adorable. I was like, I need to make Ottie, Novi and Dottie. Oh my gosh. Listen to that rain. Did you just stub your toe? Are you okay? The rain! Oh no! Spring showers, Nove. I want to make them these little like Easter matching cords. Mum was the perfect person to get to help me because you've made your own clothes before.
I have.
You used to make mine and Joe's fancy dress costumes and they were always very good. So yeah, I'm channeling my inner...
wedding dresses as well.
Yes, you did. Wedding dresses, bridesmaids dresses.
All gowns.
So this should be so easy.
A long time ago, I'm just thinking, when I was taught at school, you had to use a tape measure to make sure you had everything straight, but I just guess everything.
Oh, that is proper. Look at Novi looking outside. That is heavy rain. Mum's really lucked out actually because she was going to be the one walking the dogs.
Yeah.
And you switched because I was like, oh Mum, have you got time to come and help me now? So there you go.
And I washed my hair this morning, so I didn't want to
Yeah, you never want to get... Me and Mum have got the sort of hair that if you just get it a tiny bit wet, it just is ruined. So Mum took a couple of the pairs of the girls' trousers and made a little pattern, and now we're pinning to the fabric and then we're going to cut the fabric and then start on the sewing. Don't know how far we'll get, but...
When you're putting pins in like this,
yeah.
if you put them in that way,
Towards you?
or just instead of going along,
Oh yeah.
you can push them through the machine, sewing machine. You don't have to tack.
Ah, see, when I did textiles A-level,
Did you have to tack it?
we had to tack everything, and I remember it drove me crazy because I just wanted to put it straight into the under the sewing machine. But our textiles teacher was like, no, tack it. She had a phrase, pin it, tack it, permanently stitch it. That's what she used to say. Yeah. As if that just came into my head. That's so funny. If my friend Jenny is watching, she'll remember that. Yeah, she used to say, pin it, tack it, permanently stitch it. So we're currently in the pinning it stage. I find the sewing machine the stressful bit because then it's like if you go wrong, it's just like you have to the thought of having to start again. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So this is Ottie's. And then we're kind of just going to guess with Dottie, aren't we? We're just going to make them a tiny bit smaller than Novi's. These are Novi's ones.
Yeah.
We're just going to use these as a general guide. But hopefully they turn out cute. I think they will.
I think they will.
Oh my goodness! It's raining! You waving at the rain? Oh my goodness me, Novi, it's so wet. Come on then, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye, rain.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Let's go and see.
Look at her go.
What's your nose going to be like? What's that contraption?
Oh, how funny.
I haven't used a sewing machine in...
Right.
Probably since school, surely.
Do you want
No, I feel like...
scene? What sort of scene are you feeling?
Looks like we've got little UFOs on the window, like floating.
Yeah. It's our little bird feeders, which the birds don't want to feed out of.
She said more.
Did she?
I suppose zigzag scenes.
I'm scared, Mum. I'm scared. How fast does this go?
Just stop, just press down gently.
Do you know what I'm doing, Lottie?
What?
Doing some sewing.
Sewing. Nice.
Nice. It doesn't matter how slow I go, does it?
No, not at all. Be better to go slow and precise than rush it. Oh, I think you have sewn over the needle.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
do
that's
that 'cause
okay.
You just pull the needle.
Oh, yeah. What do you think, Otti?
Now I sewed over the needle.
I think you've done it as well. You've sewn over the needle.
Okay, I'm done. Reverse, reverse.
I can't.
Are you helping Nanny as well, Lottie?
Yes.
You can make your own outfits when you're old enough.
Any more bins?
Any more pins? No more pins.
Pins, now we've got...
You know a song about bobbins.
Yeah, we're in the bobbin. We're in the bobbin. Clap, clap, clap.
It's looking like a pair of trousers.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
I'm not going to join in on this turn. You both sound.
Woo!
Because the camera's not on either of your faces, you can't tell who's speaking.
Spin round. Strike a pose.
Good morning, everybody. It is the next day and the sun is out, which I'm very happy about because today's plan involves doing my sweet pea teepee, which, she's saying she's excited, which I definitely want it. Sorry, my throat is still not great today, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. I might have subtitles by the end of this video. We're doing the sweet pea teepee, and so many of you were so kind of invested in it last year, and I feel like I did vlog putting it up, but I didn't really explain it that much. I think it was more a time lapse. The plan is to try and get that up because my mum has been growing the sweet peas and they are ready to go in. So we need to get the bamboo sticks. We used the bamboo sticks that we used last year, we've used in the veg patch for the sugar snap peas. So we need some more. I actually don't remember the height. Maybe, I want to say we went for 8 foot, I think. Get some more compost and then hopefully get home and yeah, plant up the sweet peas. It was honestly one of my favourite things that I did last year. I really enjoyed the visualness of it. Like, I loved, like, every time we walked out the door it was there, it was beautiful. I loved watching it grow from like nothing to this full teepee full of flowers. So if you're watching this and it's something that you want to do or you want to get involved in, do it now, and you will not regret it. You can make it quite a small little teepee or you can make it like as wide or as big as you want. We kept ours fairly small, I would say, and we also grew beans up it, but the beans were quite delayed versus the sweet peas, so I think we're going to stick to just sweet peas. But I'm also considering putting some sweet peas in the veg patch with the beans, because then that doesn't need to be as like well maintained. That can go a bit more feral. But anyway, we're at the garden centre. Alfie's already got the girls out and we are going to head inside. Good job, Art.
Oh, I'm nearly getting to the age that Otti can help parent.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
No, Otti made Novi's breakfast this morning.
Oh, she did.
Let these women go. Yeah, Otti made Novi's breakfast this morning fully by herself.
So
got her bowl out,
cute.
spoon, cup. Don't know how much she can see with her hair.
Yeah, I don't actually think she can see over the pram.
Can you see? You can. Oh, mine is car.
Does it feel like you're pushing one of your dollies?
Here we go.
They were actually 7 foot.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah, lovely.
It looks so much nicer than the ones that we've got.
Yeah, they're just fresh, aren't they?
Fresh and nice.
Freshies. Okay, perfect. Do you want me to carry them? How are we going to put these?
Carry it like this.
Okay.
Or do you want to hold it? Hold it like that.
Now we just need a couple of bags of compost maybe under these. We've also picked these up for our tomatoes. They're quite cute little like heirloom plant supports. Rustic fluted tomato and plant cage.
So they're going to go like this. Like 2 in the middle of the beds.
Yeah, nice.
That way.
And those are going in the middle of the lettuces. But we're also putting some tomatoes in the trough. It is sweet pea teepee time. I'm gonna keep it around the same area it was last year, but I'm gonna bring it forward a tiny bit. When I say I mean Alfie is gonna do it because he's got the strength to push it into the ground. So let's see how we get on. It's looking good.
It's looking really good.
Next is the time-consuming bit where you have to tie the string round, over and over.
Unfortunately, it's just not handy if I help, is it?
No. Every layer you have to obviously tie at the end because you have to leave a gap.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to sit in the teepee.
Yay! Go on then.
It's a bit windy.
It's a little bit windy. Do you want me to help you put this out? This is Nala's dog blanket. Lovely.
And her bed.
And a pillow from your bed. Did you go up and get that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. It's a blanket. All right then.
Oh, night. What's so cool is you should take a picture of this because this is like the start of the summer, and then at the end, what this will look like. I have finished winding all of the twine around. I literally just tie it one end, wrap it through, and then tie it the other so that I've left this little bit at the front, which is where the girls will go in and out. And yeah, this is the before. Next thing I have to do is dig a little trench of mud around here. I decided to move it slightly from last year because it just felt a little bit tucked away, and the sweet peas at the back struggled a bit more because of the hedge. So I brought it forward a little bit, and then I've got the opening a little bit more like front on, whereas last year it was like here. You can kind of see the old markings. Might have to put a little bit of grass seed here to get this bit back up. But yeah, next thing I've got to do is dig the little trench in the grass so that I can stick the sweet peas in. Just had a little bit of lunch, and now Ottie and I are heading over to the veg patch because I'm going to take these in, the little tomato things, but also I placed an order for Nala to have a little dog bed because she loves coming over there with us, but she doesn't like sitting down on the wood chip, which is fair enough. Let's imagine us all sitting bare-assed on some wood chip, and we probably wouldn't like it either. But she still loves to come out with us and like join in. So bought a little dog bed. It's just a little simple one, but I got it from Zara Home. And that's arrived, so we thought we'd try it out. Come on, Nala, can you come? Look. Look. That's for you. That's for you to sit on.
Sit on it.
That's
Mum.
it.
That's it. Look at the plants.
Oh, I think she loves it.
Look at her little toy.
And we can sit her in the shade or in the sun, actually. She's a bit of a sun worshipper. Oh, I know how you feel, girl.
I know.
I think it works perfectly, Ottie. What do you think? I think Nala really likes it. It is so nice sitting out here. The weather has really picked up. And now we're just chilling in the veg patch, aren't we, while Novi has a nap? Just had the cutest delivery and I wanted to share it with you because it's just adorable. Where's the letter gone? So I placed an order online through this brand, which is Marlowville, and the t-shirts that I bought were these two. This one for Novi because she loves her ducks, so it says on the front the Duck Feeding Club, and then look at the back. How adorable are they? I absolutely loved the designs of these. And then this is the one that I picked up for Ottie. It says the Picnic Club, and then on the back, how cute! Those were the two t-shirts that I ordered. And then her little note said, "Hi Zoe, thank you so much for your order. I've watched your channel for years and I screamed when I saw your order. I hope you don't mind, but I couldn't help but include some extra bits for the girls, including the Gardeners Club, which we haven't launched yet." I don't know whether I should show you that one because she hasn't launched it, and I looked on her Instagram and I don't feel like she's shown it anywhere unless she's put it on stories and I've missed it. So I don't know whether I should fully show these because I feel like maybe they're like, I don't know, she might have some kind of like launch planned. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll show you the front. But they are so adorable. Haven't launched yet. Thought they were really relevant for you at the moment. I hope you love them and thank you again for your support, Georgia. Yeah, just the cutest. So she included the stripy jumper that Ottie currently has on, which says Ottie. She also included this one that says Novi. So cute. And she included these gorgeous striped t-shirts with the girls' names on in red. How adorable. And then these are the Garden Club t-shirts. I'm just going to show you the front in case she has planned like a release, but look. And then there's obviously like the most adorable picture on the back. Make sure to go on over to her Instagram and maybe she'll like post what they look like. I just didn't want to like spoil it for her if she hasn't shown them yet. My battery died, but yeah, I just thought that was really lovely of her. She absolutely did not need to send me that. And Georgia, if you are watching, thank you so much. Here's Ottie's top. She's just taken it off. So that's Ottie's, very cute. But yeah, just wanted to show you because they were so cute and she has some really, really lovely things on her website. So I'll leave a link. Hello! So I'll leave a link down below. You can go and check them out. Look at these t-shirts, they're so cute.
Oh, look at this cauliflower, carrots, and Nanny's greenhouse.
She hand prints them all, hand screen printed. Doing some drawing, some painting. Lovely. I'll be able to fit a big one in. Oh, it doesn't look very good.
My dog.
That's Mummy's dolphin.
That's
Who's coming to play? Who's this? Who's this? Who's that? Who's that?
Hiya.
It's Daddy!
Hiya.
Mum's here. I feel like you just arrived to help me. Isn't it? This is what we did last year, didn't we?
Yes.
Dug the little trench around the outside because this is what the sweet peas go into. But as I was saying earlier with Alfie, the ground is very dry right now, so it is making everything a little bit harder. Sticking these in was tough. Here are the sweet peas. What colours are these ones, Mum? Oh, just mixed. Oh, lovely. I love when it's a surprise.
But I think some of those seeds, or are they the different ones? Some of them, because I planted those in last October.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're actually probably going to flower a lot quicker. But I think they came from seeds from your sweet peas.
Oh, nice. So we've recycled the seeds from last year. Lovely. And we're done. It is ready to grow. As I said, these sweet peas Mum had in her greenhouse, so they do look like they are ready to go. They're already popping off. There are a few more I need to tie around, but I'm so happy. I'm so excited for this to grow. I literally just tie them to kind of direct them up the right way, and then I trim the like curly bits just so that it's nice and neat and it grows up really nicely. And then as they get higher and higher, I just come out and tie and like trim the curly bits off, and it just makes for the most perfect sweet peas and really cute little den for the girls through the summer months. Don't know what's going on there. That's not meant to be like that. There we go. So yeah, I'll keep you updated with how it's looking as they grow. But this is honestly one of my favourite things that I did last year was this sweet pea teepee. It's such a nice thing to do in the evening, just to get out, and I used to put a little podcast on and trim the like dangly bits and kind of tie them up as they go. It was so much fun. So yeah, cannot wait, and we'll bring you along on the journey. Good evening, everybody. I am jumping in here to end this absolute mammoth vlog that you have just watched. I have no idea how I managed to make this video so long. That is a record even for me. So if you have got this far, leave a little heart emoji or something in the comments so I know that you've watched the whole thing, and a massive thank you in advance. I actually was going to end this video at the end of the day that you just like watched me do, but I completely lost my voice. If you have not seen Alfie's video yet, go on over to Alfie's video. You can hear a little glimpse of what happened to my voice the day after, but I basically couldn't speak, and now my voice has come back. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling much better, but I did get taken down. I got taken down for like 2 or 3 days. But yeah, coming on here now to end the video and just to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Night night.